Welcome to Everything Life and Real Estate. Let's get started with our hosts, Linda McKissack and Dana Gentry.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everything Life and Real Estate. I'm Linda McKissack.
And I'm Dana Gentry.
Hey, Dana, super excited. You and I decided we're going to talk about ChatGPT, which, by the way, in our last podcast, we talk about relationships and how we didn't want to wind up lonely and how the one person's fear was that they wouldn't have any close relationships. I know for sure I'll have one friend. It's going to be called ChatGPT.
Yes, that's right. I know.
BFF.
Same. I know. I cracked up in our text the other day when we were talking about something and Anna came back and said, I asked Jimmy's best friend. I was like, oh, has Jimmy been on ChatGPT?
Yeah, it's kind of scary. It really is. But honestly, it's really good. Honestly, because Jimmy being on ChatGPT, at least he's not scrolling on Facebook and somehow, I don't know what all is on Facebook, but anyway, it's better. It's better. I'd rather have that because he's at least learning something.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
and I swear, I think it's getting smarter by the day. Like stuff that it could not do even a couple months ago. It's wild. It is so wild what it's been doing. I have so many things that I've been having it help me with.
Okay, good. All right. Well, once you kick us off and then I'll add some of mine too.
Okay, well, first of all, Adam actually just recently taught me that you can save your thread and name it and then go back to that. And so it can teach you it. You can go back and like continue on those. I didn't even know that. So that is one huge thing that I've been learning lately, which was really good. But I mean, I have been using it for stupid things and then big things. So I can't remember if I just told you this or if I shared this on a podcast, but my brand builders coach was the one who originally gave me the best idea, Larissa, because I've been working on continuing writing my devotion. And I was like, man, I'm struggling with 365 days. And she's like, Dana, you have 4 years of podcast episodes, 1 million Zooms on YouTube. And she's like, take those, have them transcribed, put the give ChatGPT the format of the day, which is like topic, quick lesson, action, and then verse. And so I trained it to know that. And then she said, put the transcription into ChatGPT and then it already knows your format. And she's like, and I'm not saying, you don't need to look through it, which I do. And but she's like, it will help you tremendously. And I have been doing that. And I mean, it knocked out like 40 days like that. Yeah. I mean, and it's good. I have edited some of it and changed a couple of things, but it's a great start and time saver. I mean, huge time saver.
Yeah. And for somebody like me who has honestly ADD, and sometimes I can freeze in the overwhelm of all of it.
Yeah.
I'm not one that can take a blank page but you give me a prompt or you give me something and man, I can go to town. So for me, it's helping me get unstuck in areas. I always say this all the time. We as entrepreneurs, we get stuck in the how. And it's the how that makes us procrastinate, makes us stay complacent, not move forward, all those things that we all hate. But it's a real thing, right? So for me, and I've always said this, I actually get my best ideas talking them out with another person or another entrepreneur. That's where it's been super beneficial for me is I'll ask it a question that I would ask someone who knew how to do it.
Yep.
And then I get what it gives me. And then when I look through, I make these little booklets. This one's called Realtor Validity Playbook. And then I have one building my online business team. And then I have one that I've been working on for helping realtors build wealth and create freedom and leverage.
And those are like, they're just projects you're working on?
Yeah. So I make them I have my assistant make them into a workbook.
Yep.
Honestly, I think it helps me make her be more effective.
Yes.
Right. So she puts them in a little workbook. We tab them. And so now when I go through them and I'm looking at it, I'll have it give me like a launch plan for this, video ideas. And then I'll just go through and go, oh, wait a minute. I would probably change this to this. Or I will say, oh, I need to ask it more detail in this area.
Yeah.
It's been a game changer. For someone like me who loves to delegate everything, there's so few things I want to do that part of. It's been a game changer. Mm-hmm. It's truly been a game changer.
I will say though, I so believe 100% in a relationship to a relationship. And I think there's going to be some things that, it'll never be able to replace. With that said, there are certain things that I'm like, I can see how Tony Robbins told us 3 years ago that AI was going to put a lot of businesses and or jobs, roles, whatever, out of business. Because even this is a silly little example, but a bunch of my friends have done that color wheel thing where like go and find out your colors and all that stuff, you know?
Oh, I
And
want to do that.
yes, and it's so fun. And I mean, I think it's a great experience to like go do with, you know, friends or girlfriends or my small group that did it or whatever that is. But I didn't get to go when I was out of town. And it's like $500 or $600, I think. And so, but then one of my other friends, I was like, I'm so sad that I missed it because they all like had where they were spring or winter or whatever, you know, and their makeup and all this stuff. So my friend said, you know, you can upload a selfie with no makeup into ChatGPT and it'll give you all of it, right? And I'm like, no. So I did that, and I have one of my little things is called Personal Color Season Guide. And I mean, it came back with like exactly what I am and what my undertones are and what color like blush I should wear, what color shirts. And so then I knew I was having a new headshot done when we were in Atlanta last week. That was part of our thing. And so then I went back into that thread and said, according to like all this, what would be the best outfit for me to wear, knowing that the background is black? And like it spit out exactly. I mean, so then I was thinking to myself, like, yes, it would still be fun to go have the experience. Nothing will replace the experience of doing certain things. But I likely now won't go do that for $600 because I already have it on from here. You know what I mean? Like there are certain things that I'm like, man.
You know, that just reminded me of something. I don't know if I said this on the podcast or not, but everybody knows I'm a faith person. So I don't know if all this stuff works and just true or whatever. It's because God gave this. This is something He put as a way. And I think I did kind of mention this before, but it made me think of something. I at Canyon Ranch was there with some girlfriends, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this this astrology thing because when Bailey did it, when her and I went to a spa in Austin, the stuff that person told her was so out in left field that I thought these people are whacks. I'd never do this, and every bit of it came true. I mean, like crazy stuff. Like she's been single for 11 years. She's going to be married. She's almost 40. She has a 14-year-old. She's going to have 2 babies, and she had twins and one of them passed away. Right. So she has a baby now. Someone's going to you're going to get a new car. Her car was in terrible shape. You're going to get a new car. Oh my God, she has an Escalade now. I swear. So because knowing this, because I was in this session with her, because I do whatever. I like to do things with what my kids want to do. Like I'm doing bees with my oldest son. Bailey and I like spas, and she liked some of the stuff that I wasn't really into. Right. But I would go with her, and because that's what you're there for. Yeah. So I heard all this, and I'm thinking, this girl's a whack job. None of this is happening. You've been single for 11 years. Swear to God, all of those came true. So I'm like at Canyon Ranch going, let me see what there is to do on here. Oh yeah, I'm doing the astrology thing. So amazing. But here's the interesting thing. It was so spot on for me. This one wasn't one that kind of predicts. It kind of more tells you about yourself because based on when you were born and whatever, whatever, all the things God made and how they were aligned. I'll just put it that way. Yeah. So it was so spot on that it was freaky. So I came home, and on the plane, before the plane took off, I told Anna to put her date in where she was. So you put your actual birth date and time, what city you were born in. And I did that in ChatGPT with them, and it was freaky amazing how it nailed each of them.
Oh, wow.
To a T. So I'm with you. Those kind of things that you maybe wouldn't go try or you want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad about the color wheel because I actually heard somebody doing that. And I was like, oh, I want to do that.
Well, and this is even another crazy thing. Like, I'm trying to find, oh yeah, best. I mean, honestly, as soon as I got my blood work back and I know we just did the last episode of my thing, but as soon as I got the results of my blood work, Adam put it in ChatGPT.
Yes.
And it spit out like a whole entire thing of like what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat, what they're likely going to have me take, what they're not going to have me take. I mean, then he said based on like a holistic approach. I mean, it's so many people have said now when you get your blood work and your test results for anything, like upload it in ChatGPT and just see. I mean, obviously still with your doctor, but things like that. But then this is even so silly. We just had we had these like super tall shrubs. I'm trying to find a picture. in front of our house forever that we've never really liked. And we, for no reason other than we just were lazy with it, we finally had them ripped out this week, and we're getting ready to, oh, I know where it is. It's in here. We're getting ready to redo the landscaping, and I'd sent Adam a picture. You probably won't be able to see this, but I just wanted hydrangeas in the back and like little baby boxwoods.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So then Adam put it in ChatGPT he measured the things, and look, that's my house. And they put the hydrangeas with the boxwoods in front of it. And then they sent this whole thing saying, bed number 2 is 6.5 foot by 11 foot. Here's how many boxwoods you need in 3 gallons. Here's how many hydrangeas you need.
Oh my gosh.
So we literally took this and sent it to our landscaper, and we're like, this is everything that we need, and we can order it for cheaper. And I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, I had heard somebody on YouTube talking about the other day about she was using it to design her condo. So I have a question for you. Did you put a picture of the front of your house in it? Because I want to do it, and it changed the color of my house to white brick.
Oh my gosh, Linda, that's exactly what I was just getting ready to show you next. Yes, we did. And so Kate, we have a group text with me and Adam and my brother Chris and Caitlin. It's our like family group chat. And so Adam sent that, and we're like, look what ChatGPT did. And Caitlin said, that's so funny. I wonder if it'll work to change my house. We're thinking about painting our house white. And so she uploaded a picture of her house. That's their house. And then she said, can you see what it would look like white? And it changed it white. And then she said, what about this color shutters? And I mean, it looks so good. And so they were like, we're kind of thinking about doing that now that we can actually see exactly what it would look like.
Yes. So amazing. I think the more you use it too, the more ideas you're going to get of how you use it.
Yeah.
I mean, from the simplest things to like, I just feel like number one, it's going to make me so much more efficient and productive.
Yeah.
And there's it from the minimal things you can do from, which I haven't done this today, but I was going to put this in there. I want to put cottage cheese in there. I'm kind of sick of my cottage cheese recipe. Cottage cheese in there, but I only want animal products. Give me 3 ideas or 4 ideas of something I could make with that. You know what I mean? I don't even like Google anymore. It's so slow and so antiquated.
I know. I was going to say the exact same thing. It's so crazy. That's exactly what I did. I said, can you give me 6 easy dinner recipes for someone with acid reflux? This was a couple weeks ago. And it literally spit out all 6, like exactly why it works, the vegetables that need to be included. And they're like 3 sentences, quick and easy. And I made 2 of them, and they were great, to be honest. And I'm like, this is so easy. Why would I even use anything else?
You know, one of the things that I have heard, I haven't done this yet, but I've heard you can do is, let's go back to the holistic example. You could say, tell me what Dr. Anna Kabecka would tell me about this diagnosis.
Oh, yes.
Actually give it a personality or a person. So, you know, the Jefferson Fisher guy, I'm going to put I'm going to say all my responses to email I want to be answered as if he was answering it, because he's so simple.
That's so good. That is so good. I'll tell you, yesterday, and that I did a social media panel at the end of my Marketing Advantage course that I taught, and every single one of them that were up, all 3 panelists, all top agents, all of them are in some way, shape, or form were using it for their business in like a big way. I mean, like writing their captions on their Instagram post. Editing their video. I mean, it's just getting better and better and better and better.
Yeah, I actually had it pull. I'm going to grab it real quick. I had it pull what best use realtors could use it for.
Yeah. Yep.
And it says listing descriptions, client email and text scripts, social media content, market updates and reports, blog posts and newsletters, buyer and seller guides, video scripts for YouTube and TikTok.
Wow. Yeah.
Training materials for teams, lead magnet creation, chatbot for website, and schedule your appointments. I mean, Jimmy's been on there because we're going to go to France in September, which we just interviewed the guy that started France and gets growth share yesterday.
Oh, cool.
So good on our Profit Share podcast. It's such a good one. But anyway, so I told him we'd do something for him while we're over in France. But Jimmy's planned almost our whole trip. Told it I like to shop. I need to make sure he clarifies I like Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I want to look at those stores.
Nice.
Chanel. But and honestly, we don't trust it yet, but it asks, would you like, we find out hotels that we wouldn't know that they're there. It
Mhm.
asks, would you like us to book it? And we're a little nervous to do that yet. But
Yeah.
I told him, I said, we should try that somewhere locally where it's not that big a screw up and see how good it does.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
imagine.
that actually reminded me of something else too that we recently used it for. We have all these American Express credit cards and they all have a million points like that you do and use. And all of our friends are like,
Yes,
we don't even pay for vacation. And we're like, how? Like, we
I
can't figure it
know.
out. So we put like every card that we have into Chat GPT and said, like, how do we, here's like approximately how much for the business or whatever that we charge per month on there. Here's what the points typically we get, like how can we best utilize that to not have to pay for travel. And it gave us like a whole, we haven't done it yet because we haven't booked anything, but it gave us the whole thing to be able to like, because I'm like,
That,
who are all these people staying in all these Ritzes for free with their Amex? I can't figure any of that crap out. But it,
that's,
yeah, I mean, it told us exactly what to do. I mean, there's just so many, and I had Googled that a million times and
I
could
know.
not figure
It's
it
one of
out.
those things too that I've always wanted somebody on my team to figure out the points thing. I
Yes.
feel like they probably all expire and we don't use them. We probably do use our air miles pretty good, but I love that. And you don't
Yeah.
even have to put your account numbers in there. You just have to put what
No.
card you have
You
and how
just put
much.
what card you have. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And
That,
even like they Delta changed like their Sky Lounge stuff. And Heather was like, you only get 12 times a year now. And I'm like, no, that can't be right. And so then I asked Chat GPT and it was like, if you have this card, you get this. If you have this card, you get that. So when I went yesterday, I actually went in there and I was like, hey, can you just confirm that this is like accurate for the cards that we have? And the guy was like, yeah, that's exactly right. It's 100% spot on. You have unlimited if you spend this much. And I was like, well, it was right again.
well, and it also would tell you where you'd want, which card you'd want to use the most for
Yes.
what you get.
Yeah.
It would probably do a comparison between all of them and
Yeah.
decide if one's something else. You talked about relationships earlier. I had this, Ben Hardy asked me, we were talking the other day, and he asked me, would I have a call with this girl that I guess has read 10X Easier and 2X. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So, so, I'm always highly responsible. If somebody's going to give me their time, I want to make it so productive for them. So first, so I told Zoe, I said, "Hey, you get Ben with Ben's assistant, get her information. We'll line up a call, do it for Ben, whatever. I'm happy to." So first, it started out as a call. Well, now she's going to fly here. So I'm like, "Oh my God, she's super committed. If she's going to fly here, and she's even from Columbus." And I said, "Look, in 2 weeks, I'll be in Dayton. It'd be an easier drive. She's still flying here, which is fine." Totally, but that makes more pressure on me to make sure I make it very valuable for her, right?
Yep.
So I told Zoe earlier, I'm like, put in Chat GPT because we make them answer before I'll work with somebody. They have to answer. Uh, well, there's several questions. If they haven't read 10X Easier and 2X, I got to read that. Second is they have to take a KPA,
Yep.
and then third is you have to give me the top. Uh, 1 to 3 outcomes that you want from our time together because I want to be productive. I want to deliver for people. I want to help people.
Totally.
So I had told Zoe to put that in ChatGPT and give me an outline. And I told her how long we had, and
Yep.
what would that meeting look like to make it very productive for her.
Love it.
And that's so
That is so
cool.
good. And hey, you know what? You just reminded me of what John told us in Puerto Rico. Commitment separates the players from the pretenders.
Exactly.
The fact that she is going to get on a plane and fly to Texas when she could just drive there, when you're going to be there, whatever, she's committing her time, she's committing her money. So that tells you that she's a player, not a pretender.
Right. And you know what? That raised my level of commitment.
Yeah, big time.
Honestly, the minute I heard that, I'm like, are you sure? Okay. And I'm like, my level of commitment to her went through the roof.
Yes.
So now I'm like on my A game thinking, okay. And because I don't do as good with a blank piece of paper, I need a prompt. It's going to give me kind of an outline based on her needs
Yep.
that I can stick to, that I can probably help her. And of course I'll ask her when she gets here, what's the most important thing? Is anything changed about these things that you've given me and that kind of stuff. So I'm super pumped. I haven't been this excited about a tech tool in a long time because normally I don't ever use them. I'm terrible at them, and I'll get somebody else to use them. But I think it's going to help me help the people around me be more productive.
Yep.
And I love learning things that I could never figure out how to learn before, like you said, with the points thing and the color thing. That gets me excited. I use it for book summaries too. Like I'll say, give me 10 points on this book.
Love that.
And it's all books that I have here, but maybe I haven't gotten to reading or something yet. or maybe I want to talk a little bit about them.
Yeah.
Just within seconds, I can have a bullet point on it.
That's what I found that it's the best at, is like, just give me a one pager, give me a list of something. Cause like, that's how our mine and yours brains operate the best, I feel like. And it's so helpful.
Yeah. And, we learned everything we need to learn about the RV parks.
Yes.
Most of it. We did have a few calls with people who did them at a high level. So I think what it's going to do is just add icing on the cake. And maybe even honestly, I think it made our calls with the experts more productive because it knew what we already learned and what else we still needed to know and ask questions around.
Yeah. I do think that if anything, also just on the flip side of it being very amazing, it has really made me be more aware around the value that you're bringing as a human to people. And I mean, really, like, really up the level of value that we're bringing, and like the relationship building part of it and skills and stuff, because I do think that there are a lot of things, maybe other, what do you call it? Like industries or whatever, that should be worried. I mean, it is, it's good.
Totally agree. I also think I did it with job descriptions because I suck at trying to do job descriptions.
Yeah.
And I also think it'd be great at helping you structure an ad to get the right person in a role that you need.
Yep. So totally agree with that. Yep. Yeah. I'm writing that down. Good. Well, we'll have to keep learning, and so many people are teaching it at such a great level now too. Actually, I think our region is having Lauren Lucas on to teach on that day that we're doing for the KW Next Gen fundraiser. I'm teaching on influence and she's teaching on AI, and I heard her class was amazing.
Who's this? Oh yes. I've heard it's really good too. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear from you guys in the audience. If you have a different way that you're actually using ChatGPT, give us your ideas so we can share them on the podcast. Or maybe if you got some great ideas and you want to come on the podcast and talk about it, we'd love to hear more about that. I think ChatGPT is going to be around and only get better and better. So I think it's going to be something that we have as a topic of communication for a while now.
Yeah, me too. And I know we've only talked about ChatGPT because it's what we use, but there are tons of other ones. I just can't get over how many there are for even specific industries.
Yeah, as strategic coach, we had a free session at 7:00 in the morning if you wanted to come, and he was using 2 or 3 of them, other ones. But honestly, to be honest with you, I feel like sometimes it's, for someone like him, it was so easy, but for most of us lame people, it's like overwhelming. Yeah. So what I would recommend is just get started with one. Don't worry about all the other real complicated ones yet. Get really comfortable with how you use this one, and then later you can layer another one in, because I think what happens is paralysis. If you get too overwhelmed or it looks too complicated, we won't do any of it. So
and also it gets to know you. I mean, so, and that's that's kind of part of the scary part, but that's part of the part that makes it so effective.
Yeah. I asked Zoe just recently, what all have we uploaded? Like any of my talks, our brand, my headshots, all of those things, because I think the more you can give it, that is like you, and it will be more authentic.
Totally. Yeah, awesome. Totally.
Okay, great. Well, Dana, another great session. And if you have not hit the subscribe button, please go ahead and do that now. And the greatest compliment you can give us is to pass this podcast along to anybody that you think that would benefit from our conversations. And of course, give us a great review. If you have a challenge, a question, or an opportunity, or a guest, or you want to come on and be a guest, reach out to us at info@everything life and real estate. Dana, I guess I'll see you next week.
Sounds good. See you then.
Be sure to subscribe for more business strategies and tactics to inspire you to live an abundant real estate life. Don't forget to rate and review so we can bring you the best content. Find this and other valuable information at everythinglifeandrealestate.com.